Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm showing you my finished December daily album 2023, and this was the first year that I worked in a 10x8 album. I do have some process videos also up on my channel. I think the first 9 days and the last 2 or 3 days where I was finishing this album. But I do have detailed photos on my Instagram channel and some reels on how I did things or prepped things. So I started my album with this transparency here that has this shaker pocket on the front. And then on the back is my reason why on this die cut piece that I had. And I also stitched this pocket by hand. And then I have this transparency here that serves as a background for my transparency. And then I'm starting with story 1. This is a die cut piece that I made myself. I cut it out with my silhouette, and it started my love for the ornament shape that was very popular last year. And I made this pocket with a vellum. I used a silk screen on here, and I put red glitter embossing powder on this chipboard number. And then I have my journaling on this die cut piece here, photos and a ticket, because on this day I went to a concert. For story 2, I had these 2 pockets that I also hand stitched on this pattern paper here. And I stitched a chipboard number and this wood veneer piece on here. And then I used these 2 die cut circles. And I had 2 little micro stories for that day, and I put the photo on the back of my die cut circles and the journaling inside of the circles. This is one of my favorite pages in the album. This is story 3, so this is a look back on our Christmas trees for the last 3 years, and this is a story of that day. So I used the vellum tags that were in the kit, and I printed my journaling on it, and I really like this interactive piece. And then I used a journaling card and a piece of transparency for this page here, and then I hand stitched it here along this. This is my story 4, and I think this was kind of the base for my day 3 on the back, or more on the front, and this is the back. I put a large 4 here on the transparency. I have a full page photo here and this flip up. Day 5 is in a little pocket here, and I used a 10x8 pattern paper that I cut apart and made these little journaling tags here. And I also foiled this vellum piece with red foil, and so the whole color scheme for this day is kind of red. Also have this red number here. So I have photos on the back of these, and then journaling on the front. On the back of this I have this photo. This was a little ornament piece that I put in the advent calendar for my boyfriend, and it's supposed to be our cat, Grumpy as always. Day 6 is also one of my favorite pages. I used this very pretty vellum piece as a base for this day, and then I cut out some window cards from my silhouette, and I really love the repetition of the pattern from the vellum and this pattern paper. And this is simply about our advent calendars. I have some photos here inside and also journaling. And then I put this big die cut piece in the middle because having advent calendars is our tradition here. On day 7 I had to work on the back of day 6, so I already had this shape kind of from the window cards, And I added some flip ups here and photos and this vellum flip up for the number. This was my favorite pattern from last year. I really love the red and white and the graphic look. For day 8, I had prepared this self-made die cut piece here, and then I just had to add journaling and photos. And I have this vellum piece here in the middle, and this full page photo also belongs to this story here. For day 9, I used the tag shape, and this vellum piece was the base for my idea, and I cut out all the photos in the tag shape. This story is about visiting a Harry Potter exhibition, and on this very large tag there's my journaling, and on the back I have the poster and information from the exhibition and a lot of photos from that day. On the back of story 9 I have additional information. This is a story from the year where we went to the Harry Potter play, and I love to include stories from the whole year that fit to other December stories, so I can basically tell more stories. For day 10 I used a foundation page that I had prepped before. I hand stitched this felt pocket onto this pattern paper, and then I used a journaling card that I cut apart, and I really like this stitched look. This year I was really into greens and embroidery floss and hand stitching everything. And on the back of these little cut up journaling cards there are photos and journaling, and this was just a cozy Sunday that I spent at home. This is story 11, and this was also from my foundation pages, and this is kind of a filler story because it's about around the house, and I green foiled this. I really love this look. Green foil or red foil is so underrated. And I simply have photos from around here on the back, and this is my story 11. I also made these pockets myself. I used a silk screen with gold paint to make these half circles, and then also hand stitched it on here. For story 12 I have 2 stories, one really short little story about cooking at home, and then I have this filler page here because I knew for story 13 I needed a full page photo, so I made a collage from my Spotify Wrapped and put it in here. For story 13 I went to a Harry Potter concert, and I'm so happy that I got to use this die cut piece, and it really fits the story perfectly. So I have this full page photo and this pocket that I again hand stitched. I really love the look of the pockets with the vellum in the front. This is a cute snowflake vellum, and I have additional photos and journaling in this pocket here. For the back I just used this craft paper that I think was the packaging from last year's main kit. And here we have story 14. This is actually my birthday, so it's always a very special day in my December daily. And for this day I had also prepared this pocket page. I have a transparency here that I fussy cut on top, but you cannot see the pattern very good on this, but it's fine. And then I hand stitched some pockets where I could put ephemera and photos from that day. For day 15 I had already prepared this flip up as a foundation. So I used the ornament shape and then placed it as if they were hanging from somewhere. And then I used my silhouette to cut the base, and I have my journaling here and more photos on the inside. Story 16 was about my birthday party, and I have lots of additional photos and journaling in this pocket here. And for this day I used a thing that I had already prepared in advance as my foundation pages, and these are stamped and embossed little trees. I spent day 17 in bed because, yeah, the evening before it was my birthday party. So there's just a collage of me and my birthday presents in bed and my cat joining me there. And this is just the back of the page that I had prepped for day 16. Day 18 was quite a short story. I have this craft pocket with journaling and photos on the inside. And day 19 is also one of my favorite pages in this album. It's about the photo shooting that we did for our Christmas card. I really loved the tag shape from last year and loved doing these collages with the tag shape. And this was quite a lot of work because I cut it out with my silhouette, then I foiled it here, then I cut up all the things from the pattern paper, but I think it was all worth it. I love the see-through vellum piece elements. And on the back, this is just a story about my cat, just chilling around, and there isn't even journaling, just the pieces from the kit. For story 21, I had already made this page in advance and had prepped everything. So this is maybe more of a filler story because I have these flip ups with lots of journaling inside. And this is basically just talking about the jobs me and my boyfriend have at the moment. And I also loved using this ornament shape and using my silk screens on a red vellum this time. So we are getting slowly to the end of this album. This is 22, I have the number here. And this is just using the pattern paper with the ornament shape as a base. And then I put this pocket here for the journaling and then put the photos inside of it. I also made this little bingo page myself. I really love how it turned out because I used lots of scrap pattern papers that I had left and made this little pattern. And I have this bingo card that I made myself here. So I used this bingo as a base and then put my own text in here. And then you can see here the photos from the activities that I wrote down in this bingo that really happened. There is really a lot going on with the transparency and the different pattern papers, and I also used embroidery floss here to stitch it, but I really love the look. It turned out so pretty. For story 23, I used the back of it, and this is my cat while we were wrapping our presents. And this is just a story of, preparing Christmas Eve. I again used a vellum piece and a stitching on the side of a page protector to make this 6x8 page protector fit the 10x8 size, and I used these little guys. This is day 24. This is our Christmas Eve, and here in Germany this is the day that we celebrate. So I have my journaling here on the card, and I made this little window piece here. And inside of it there is a collage of many photos from that evening. On the back I also had this full page photo from our dinner that night. It was very tasty and we had some drinks. It was really a very nice Christmas Eve. Then I have the last stories for this album. This is day 25. And there's only journaling here on the side of it, one photo, and I scrap lifted this idea from Ellie Edwards where you put different circles as a page. And the back of it is story 26, and it's quite similar because I had to use the shapes that I had, but it's fine. It was really a calm day, nothing really going on. I made myself a charcuterie board, or more a plate than a board. And the last story is on this vellum piece here, and that shows my nails because I always paint my nails myself, and I had a really cute Christmas pattern there. And this is my end page. It's a photo from when I put the tree down and I had all my ornaments packed away, and it says, "Goodbye Christmas, you have been the best so far." And it's really true, and it's a really nice way to end my album. I really hoped you enjoyed that video. Thank you so much for watching. And as I said in the beginning, I have lots of videos from that year, process videos and foundation page videos on my channel. And there will be more videos for the year 2024. I hope to see you soon. Bye!